I said, where's Tommy?
Did you catch this? Spoilers ahead. MobLand Season 1, Episode 2, Jigsaw Piece, might be primarily about bloodshed and bodies, but fixer Harry Da Souza also has other problems. Although the episode blatantly embraces gangster cliché, the expert pacing and stripped-back script make watching a joy. Writers Ronan Bennett and Butterworth follow up the MobLand series premiere by keeping things lean and ensure that Harry remains center stage amongst a top-tier ensemble cast. Episode 2 continues Harry's efforts to prevent a war between the Harrigans and the Stevensons over Richie Stevenson's missing son, Tommy. It's far from easy, since both sides have strong personalities for Harry to navigate, but audiences also learn more about Harry and what makes him tick as the conflict deepens. Tom Hardy shines in MobLand, while Pierce Brosnan underwhelms. Episode 2 is great for Harry, but not so much for Conrad Harrigan. Tom Hardy is MobLand's most important actor, and not just because Harry Da Souza is the main character. Harry has a lot of rough edges, and there are hints of something darker in his past that the Harrigans help to hide. His friendship with Kevin Harrigan is acknowledged in a brief flashback in Episode 2. For a crime drama that moves along at an impressive pace, this critical scene has surprisingly minimal dialogue. Hardy is the king of furtive glances and awkward silences, giving Harry more layers through his performance than any words ever could. Whether he's coercing a hospitalized patient or getting physical with a club owner for information, Hardy makes Harry a force of nature. His presence is the grounding influence that MobLand needs to sidestep gangster tropes and stay relevant. Harry is very good at keeping people happy and solving problems, but half the fun for audiences is watching him crack while trying not to. In a face-to-face with Richie, which was never ending well, threats are leveled against Harry's family. At that moment, Hardy internalizes all his vengeance and gives a placid response, keeping Harry's volatile instincts in check. Jigsaw Piece works so well because Harry provides an emotional center that feels honest and organic. He is such a ball of contradictions compared to the show's other characters that audiences want to follow him no matter what he's doing. There are shades of Michael Clayton in the character of Harry Da Souza as well. That Oscar-winning performance from George Clooney has the same sense of barely contained desperation Hardy embodies so well in MobLand. The difference is that Harry feels more insulated than Michael, because he has Conrad Harrigan watching out for him. But like Michael, Harry adapts himself to every conversation, tailoring responses with endless diplomacy in Jigsaw Piece. There is a vulnerability he reveals with his wife Jan to fend off her endless questions, while Conrad requires a more measured and overtly masculine approach. Yet Pierce Brosnan's performance is not nearly as effective. For some reason, Brosnan has yet to make a real impression on MobLand, and during his scenes with Tom Hardy, it is the latter who has the upper hand. Conrad sees conspiracy around every corner as Tommy Stevenson's disappearance has more and more of an impact on the Harrigan family. In the eyes of some audiences, Conrad may come across as a caricature alongside Harry. Brosnan has barely had time to add any substance to his character, and aside from his impetuous nature, Conrad lacks definition. In contrast, Helen Mirren fares much better in Jigsaw Piece, even though Conrad's wife Maeve Harrigan only has a handful of scenes. MobLand Season 1, Episode 2 further develops the Harrigans. Maeve makes a strong impression, while Eddie is the Nepo baby from hell. Unlike Brosnan, Helen Mirren is formidable in MobLand. Maeve Harrigan is the most subtle manipulator in a family that manipulates on a daily basis. Her maternal influence is the epitome of a double-edged sword. Her marriage to Conrad might be loving, but she also indulges his vanity for upper-class living while pulling strings from behind the scenes. Her role in protecting the entitled Eddie is crucial in Jigsaw Piece, condoning his violence through forgiveness as she also grooms him for greater things. Maeve dismisses, diminishes, and bolsters other family members at will, forever playing the long game, with Conrad clearly under her thumb throughout. In Jigsaw Piece, Mirren gives a powerhouse performance that makes no noise. She never chews scenery and fends off the rest of the ensemble cast without breaking a sweat. Maeve Harrigan is no gangster's mole, and one of the things the episode highlights is that Harry has the wits and self-awareness to keep his distance from her. Working opposite Mirren, actor Anson Boone deserves an honorable mention for breathing life into Eddie Harrigan. Best known as Private Cook in the wartime epic 1917, Boone makes Eddie horrendous, Kevin Harrigan's son is instantly untrustworthy but insulated by the reputation of others. Eddie's friendship with Tommy Stevenson has created all the problems everyone else has to deal with. He has the same sort of magnetism as Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones and looks capable of equally unmentionable things. Throughout the failed attempts on his life in Jigsaw Piece, Eddie shows no signs of gratitude for surviving. He is truculent, dismissive, and indifferent to the point where audiences may want to kill him themselves. However, Boone still manages to keep his character on the right side of obnoxious, because every crime drama needs a good villain to hate, even a clueless one. Eddie might actually be the most dangerous person in MobLand, because he has no sense of perspective. MobLand Season 1, Episode 2 effectively stays in its lane. The Paramount Plus show knows where its strengths lie. Jigsaw Piece kicks MobLand up a gear and peels back another layer for audiences. Tom Hardy ties everything together as Harry Da Souza, with his compelling and complex character serving as the glue for the entire series. With the involvement of Detective Sergeant Fisk, things take a darker turn, and having the police haul Harry off for questioning helps no one except the viewers watching to see what happens next. MobLand is interesting not because it does anything new, but because it does Guy Ritchie archetypes well. There is a dynamic between characters that is instantly reminiscent of Ritchie's early work. Fans of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels or Snatch will be right at home, while Hardy devotees will find a lot to love. The veteran actor dials his performance all the way down and creates a gritty, grounded presence around which all of the show's chaos rotates. MobLand Season 1, Episode 2 keeps the action moving, but it's Harry who will keep audiences coming back. Thanks for watching.